Alright, so if everyone just wants to get a clear page in front of them, I know you use a little bit for notes or whatever. Everybody else?
He's so awesome.
Okay.
What's his name?
Bruce.
Aw. I like when they leave the really.
So I want to be a big manly dog.
I have 4 dogs, and then my friend passed away March 21st, and I took his dog to rehome, and it was the biggest, most beautiful 110-pound box of chocolate lab. My dad, his name is George.
His name's George.
Not there. No, we found him.
Good, because you're starting to look like a crazy dog lady.
I'm a big dog lady. So I would have more.
Want to clear one? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Thanks. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Melissa Sterling.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
And I work with people every day to help inspire them to become a better version of themselves. So I have the great fortune to work with a specialist doctor who helps fix people at the cellular level. And training and working with her has enlightened me to, which I believe is my real passion and purpose for what I do with everything that I do. And as I learn more, I realize how I was brought to this place, which is my story, which falls in line with what Melissa had said. And I used to feel like I wasn't adequate, like I wasn't properly educated, like I didn't have the right experience to help other people because I was so broken. And I'll spare you the details for the interest of time. But when I was little, things were rosy, and then I went through a period of my time where things were not so rosy. And when I come out on the other end of that, I can put all the pieces together. But when I look back at my fascination with health, I had 2 grandmas. I had a nice grandma and a mean grandma. And my nice grandma made us all sorts of yummy, delicious treats to eat. And my mean grandma, she hated kids. She had no good food for kids. She had a health food store, actually. She tried to make us eat carob, which is pretend chocolate, which is gross. Especially when you're expecting it to be an Easter bunny and it's not. And she didn't even have real peanut butter. She made peanut butter out of a machine in her store with peanuts. And it was also gross.
No sugar.
Okay, so you get my grandmas, right? And as I got older and as I became an adult, I look at my grandmas, and the nice grandma is suffering from all sorts of health problems. And my mean grandma, the one who doesn't like children, she's active, does whatever she wants all the time. She's traveling. She's on a cruise to Alaska. She's going to Australia. You can't keep this woman down. She and I didn't really realize. So I'm in my early 20s, and I'm visiting my mean grandma. It's really not mean, but as a child, you have your favorites because when they come in, they hug you and they give you donuts, and how could that not be your favorite?
Yep.
So I was complaining about having arthritis in my toe. And at this point, I'd been to doctors and chiropractors, massage therapists, physiotherapists, acupuncturists, everything to get rid of this arthritis in my toe. And so I'm complaining to my grandmother. And she said to me, straight-faced, she goes, well, why don't you just fix your own arthritis? And I said, well, Grandma, I've tried. I've been to the doctor, I've been to the chiropractor, the acupuncturist, the massage therapist, the on and on and on. And she's like, yeah, but why don't you just fix it yourself? I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I have to go for a half-hour massage every week on my foot. I can't fix it myself. And she goes, well, why don't you just eat an alkaline diet? I said, well, what are you talking about? She goes, look it up. So when I got home, I looked up alkaline diet. And what I found was so fascinating and so simple, and I was thinking, why has nobody ever told me this before? I just didn't get it. But that got me more interested in health and looking at different things, and I started to realize how I'd been conditioned to eat for comfort and to, do all those things that we feel upset, we feel stressed, we reach for food as comfort. Breaking bread is something that we do with people we care about, family, and nothing's more comforting than a fresh bread out of the oven, right? So I'm going through these stages. So I learned to start eating more alkaline, And lo and behold, my arthritis pain goes away. And I'm thinking, this is ridiculous. How did this happen? Then I watch a movie one day, and it's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And basically, this movie is a guy from, I can't remember if it was Australia or New Zealand, I really should have those details correct. But he comes over to North America, to the United States, rents a car, or buys a car, or whatever, and has a juicer. Travels across the country, juicing every day. And he goes from overweight, sick,
Disgusting.
and he had a really rare skin disorder that he's been a specialist all over the place. Did I say disgusting?
Like, oh, fat, sick, and something. I thought you
Nearly
said.
dead.
Oh.
Disgusting, nearly dead.
Nearly dead. Anyway, as I watched this movie, I was so inspired to start juicing that I put it on pause halfway through, went to Canadian Tire, bought a juicer, went to Superstore, bought juice, went home, made a juice, tasted gross. Watched the rest of the movie, felt awesome. And so I kept juicing. Then I started trying to get other people I knew to start juicing, and people thought I was crazy. And I thought I was a little bit crazy too, but I'd had these bumps on the backs of my arms and my legs all the way through junior high and elementary. I can't remember how far back I'd had these, and I guess they're called milia. But it really affected the way that I dressed and the way that I had confidence about myself, because I wouldn't wear anything where you could see it. I always had long sleeves on, and I just always covered up because I had these unsightly, I had used lotions and scrubs and anything I could think of to get rid of these things. Well, guess what got rid of it? Juicing. And I started to realize more about the body. And this is where I was introduced to the specialist doctor who brought me in with no experience and allowed me to create a position for myself within her clinic that I learned and grew and became part of people's transition between feeling helpless and sick with no energy to coming out on the other side vibrant and healthy and, you know, getting more things done in a day and just really enjoying the vibrancy of life and connection with others. Because when we don't feel good, we withdraw. And when we feel good, we engage. So
It's
with
like
that,
when you look good, you feel good. When
right,
you feel
Yeah.
good, you look good.
right, exactly, absolutely. And so I want to just do a little exercise with you guys. And like Melissa,
Can I just say something about
Yes.
the juicing? Before I came back, did you say he was juicing vegetables?
yep,
No fruit?
no, fruits and vegetables, yeah.
Because for a long time I juiced, long time ago, I guess, and we don't make it very often anymore.
Yes.
Because then I read this book and it wasn't the point of the book, but it was in the book and something, you know, with the concentration of sugars.
Right.
Juicing's no good for you. You're losing the fiber, you're never taking 5 oranges. Why would you choose 5 oranges to make a cup of juice? And, like that.
You know, honestly, there's negative naysayers for every sort of thing ever. But I believe that we don't need as much fiber once we get to a point where our body is pushing things through the way that it is. Our body, like I mentioned before, our body is hungry for nutrients, not food. So the quality of our food is not the same as the one we had grandparents that grew food in their garden. So they could eat their broccoli and get enough out of it. Our broccoli is less nutrient rich than theirs. And I personally can't eat that much for the nutrients that I want to have naturally in my body. Yeah, I can take more supplements, but I want mine from food. So when people start juicing, I recommend they start with carrots, apples, and grapes because it's a really nice tasting juice. It's very healthy for you. They're going to give energy. But then you really want to get to a point where you're eating mostly greens. So my juice now is like kale and spinach and broccoli and sometimes daikon radish, but it's not very good. Broccoli and the bok choys, celery, cucumbers, tomatoes. I throw grapes in there and pineapples for the sweetness, apples without the seeds.
Ginger.
Definitely ginger and definitely a lemon. But I'm about
My juicer's not good at greens.
yeah, you gotta cut them up a little bit. And sometimes you gotta just do smaller pieces and
Right.
clean off that thing once in a while. But it's like the amount of nutrients your body is getting from the juice is so healthy for you, and it's like your body's gonna have to break it down to get them to into that nutrient stage. So it's like a lottery for your body. So it can go to work, taking all those little things, building your whole body. But let's just do one little exercise first. Okay, so if you could, like Melissa has said, we have goals, right? Now, I had never thought about having goals for my health. It wasn't something that I had wanted to do. But if we could take a moment and just think about a goal that we would want for our health, what would that look like? And write that on the left-hand side of your page. Just think big.
I don't have to think big, but I think it's too big.
Think big.
Yeah, I know, but all I want is to feel like I felt before children, and I don't think it's possible.
And you can. You totally can.
But stop, because just because you don't think it's possible doesn't mean that's true.
No, but I mean, yeah, age, I mean, is in there as well as having children.
Right?
So, yeah.
What's a story?
So let me ask you, when you felt your best, what did you feel?
No.
Energetic, happy, I don't know, what did you feel?
Well, definitely more energetic. No pain, no muscle, you know.
Yeah? Aches and pains?
No, I felt like my muscles could do the jobs I want them to do.
Got it, okay. Stronger.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then on the other side, I know Gail is writing like a math woman. She's got lots of goals. I love it. On the other side, basically just go through your day quickly and write down what you should do. Like when you wake up in the morning, you get up, you brush your teeth, you help the kids get ready for school, you pack lunches, you go to work, what do you do in your daily life? Just basic daily stuff. Okay. So now I want you to look at the list of things that you do every day, and I want you to circle the ones that are helping you get to your health goals.
So having an app count to want to have more energy? Feel energized to have
Yes.
verified an app.
Sometimes, because sleep is important. Okay. So now you don't have to show anybody your list or anything, but what normally happens with this exercise is people realize that all the things they're busy doing every day are not helping them get towards their goal of optimum health, feeling more energy, feeling, having good sleeps, having all this kind of stuff. So what I would like to share with you is just a couple of things that you can do in your daily life to make things work better. And to do that, I want to just explain to you quickly about your body and some important parts that I didn't know were so important. So to get back to the diet that my grandmother had told me, I didn't realize why foods were good for you or bad for you. I mean, this is good for you, this is good for you, this is bad for you. I mean, we kind of know, we hear all this rhetoric about who says what. But as we get more into the age of information, there's competing information. And who do you believe? Your doctor tells you this, your mom tells you that, your friend tells you this, some study on TV is telling you something, a newscaster, this. Everybody has their opinion about what's good for you. And I'm here to tell you that your best doctor is really you. You're your very own best doctor. But it takes some awareness into tuning in to what's really going on within your body. And we're so busy doing everything, being superwoman, living these lives, that we forget to what we're doing is working. Because we get in this cycle, like Melissa said, we're just going through life, zombie through life, or we watch our own life happen, or we're wondering what's going on to happen in the future, or we're worried about it, or we feel bad about what happened in the past that we have no control over. So the first part about being in the now is realizing that whatever it was that brought you here to today, right here, sitting in this room, it's over. It doesn't exist anymore. All you really have is a memory, and most often your memory is not even an accurate recollection of what truly happened. If you and I saw a car accident, and we both wrote a statement, our statements could be completely different. Both of us are telling the truth from our own perspective, but I could have seen a black car and you saw a navy car. And who's to say what was true? I'm not lying, you're not lying, we're both telling the truth. We saw two different things because we come from a different perspective. And that's where we have to honor ourselves and really embrace our own experience and how truly wonderful and brilliant those experiences are, because they brought us to today. And we know how to do a lot of things. And it's like, okay, so here I am right now. What do I like in my life and what do I not like in my life? All right, what am I doing every day and how is that contributing? Things need adjustments. We don't need to make big changes. We need to make small shifts, because big changes are difficult and big changes fall off the wagon. But small shifts create big changes down the line, and it allows us to have what we want small. So it's like when Melissa was talking about where we're at, where we want to go, and we don't know how. Well, we're trying to think that we're going to have our own TV show. And what we really need to do is get over the fear of going across the street and making a story. And if every day we went across the street and made a story, one day we're going to have our own TV show. But to wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to have my own TV show today, it's probably not going to happen. And even if you're really confident you're going to go out and get your own TV show today, when you don't get it, it's really hard to get that confidence to try and do that to get it tomorrow. But if all you have to do is make a phone call and make contact with Global TV, that's easier. And then you talk to Global, then you talk to CTV, and then you talk to all these places, and soon you're networking at events, meeting all these people, and someone says, hey, you know what, I think you'd be great for your own TV show. I never thought about having your own TV show. And you're going, really?
But it's like those small changes,
But you
shifts.
put in all the work. Success happens overnight, but it takes like 20 years to make that happen. Or what did Mark Twain say? It takes about 3 weeks to write a really good impromptu speech. People are like, oh, this person was an overnight success. No, that person made little steps every single day, and then one day it all collaborated into something that was really, truly amazing. So your health is the same thing. So the first thing is to become clear about what you want to do with your health. And the second thing is to become aware of what's going on in your own body. So the question that really stung me, the doctor asked me, I'd been working at the clinic for about a year. And she said to me one day, she goes, Melissa, where's your immune system? Any volunteers? Where's your immune system?
Your stomach.
You're right. I didn't know. I had no idea. And I was embarrassed. And I was angry because I was smart. I made it this far in life. How did I not know where my immune system was? So I went back and I talked to people I went to junior high with, elementary school, high school, and I asked all of them where their immune system was. And nobody knew it. Nobody knew where their immune system was. And you're the first person, actually, of any hundreds of people that I've asked where their immune system, that 90% of your immune system is in your gut. Our digestive system controls our entire life. And instead of thinking with our brain about what we actually need, we've been led to believe to think with our mouth. And we take things versus by taste. We don't think about what it's going to do for us. So we get into a situation where we're feeling an emotion. If we're happy, let's celebrate. If we're sad, let's comfort. If we're going to have a celebration, a family, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that kind of stuff, what's the focus? The food. You go to any place and it's delicious, yummy, wonderful food. But it's designed to entertain our taste buds, not nourish our bodies. So how do we decide what's good for us? Well, this is the simplest way that I have found to decide. Eat something. If in 10 to 20 minutes you feel like you want to have a conversation, go for a walk, play some cards, be engaged, it's a good food for you. keep eating that food. If in 10 to 20 minutes you're thinking, oh, I could really just have a little nap, I think I'm gonna put my feet up, watch some TV. Can we talk about that in a few minutes? I'm just gonna digest. Those are bad foods for you. Stop eating them, because they're not bringing you closer to your health goals. They're bringing you closer to needing more help. And what I've realized from working with patients is that we think we're doing all the right things based on what other people are telling us, and we forget to tune in with what's really important, is what we think ourselves. Like, I might tell you broccoli is a healthy food, and if we smash it up and put it under a microscope, it is. But you could eat broccoli, and you could have a sensitivity to broccoli, and it's actually not good for you. So just because broccoli is one of the healthiest foods everyone's telling everybody to eat, if it doesn't work with your biochemistry within your own body, and it makes you feel like you want to withdraw, like you want to have a nap, don't eat that. Find something else to eat that makes you feel engaged. So my question for myself always is this nourishing my body or entertaining my taste buds? And I try to balance it out more to the nourished body than to entertain the taste buds, because I learned a really cool fact. And the fact is that we get a new body every 7 years. So when we're born, we have DNA. And our DNA is determined. We don't have any choice in the matter. You get it from your mom and your dad. That's where it comes from, right? They got theirs from their mom and their dad. And you didn't come with an instruction booklet. They didn't get one with you. And their parents didn't get one with them. And I think one of the things that changed my mind a lot about how we are as humans and how we are as animals and how we interact with other people is when I realized that instead of blaming my parents for things that weren't right in my life, to look at them as a fellow struggler. Because my mom fed me all kinds of things that she thought were good for me that now, in today's day and age, I realize are not. But she thought they were good for me. She did the best that she could. She didn't have an instruction book. So I started to realize that everybody around us is in their own struggle, in their own story. Everybody is a fellow struggler. The guy that Melissa says hi to is taking his newspaper out of the machine thing, the newspaper vending machine, I don't know what they call those. He's a fellow struggler. We're all fellow strugglers. But the 6 of us, we have something in common, is because we're here right now. All that's real for us is what's in this room right now. And what we choose to do tomorrow, or when we leave this room, it can be the same thing that we did before. You can take the same route home that you took to get here, or you can take a different route. You can still end up to the same destination by taking a different route. The only difference is, if you take a route that you're not used to, you're going to get a different perspective. You're going to change your experience, because when you drive the same way every day to work the same way, you tune out to what's going on around you because you just know the way. But if you turn left and take a little detour or go to a different light, all of a sudden there's a whole new world around you because you need to pay attention. You don't know the flow of traffic. You don't know how things work in this area, and you're more aware of what's going on around you, and it will change you as a person. So when you're in a stuck situation and you can't, get out of whatever's going on, running rackets in your head, first of all, we usually reach for the wrong foods. We don't think, oh, I'm stressed. I need to find something with some vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, minerals to help my brain chemistry. I want to make sure everything's working properly inside. No, it's like, give me the chocolate, give me the wine, throw me a bag of chips, leave me alone. I want to deal with my stuff on my own. But we're not focused in what's going on. So I actually brought some stuff in here today, and I didn't have enough for everybody, but I actually do. So if anybody who's interested, I would like to give you a sample of a mineral nutrient supplement. So all that's in here is minerals and nutrients, and you can take it twice a day for the next 10 days and see how you feel. But if you look on the back, those are all the things that are going to help with mood optimization, which means, does anybody know what biochemistry of your body is?
It's like the chemical makeup.
Maybe. Yeah. So everything that we put into our body through our mouth or through our nose or through our skin, and the energy that we have come into our mind, that all controls our biochemistry. So when we're eating the alkaline foods, which I provided you a list.
How long, by the way, did it take you before you noticed the difference?
About a month. With juicing?
No, with your alkaline.
With the arthritis, it was about a month. Yeah, but I was pretty strict on it because I wanted to get rid of it. My foot started growing out like not pretty, and it really bothered me. Like I actually like would cry because I didn't want to have ugly old woman feet. So I really paid attention to what I was eating. Everything was to make my arthritis go down, inflammation, right? So I just ate alkaline foods. I mostly just eat alkaline foods because I've come to realize that if you eat alkaline diet, you don't get headaches, you don't get arthritis, you don't have indigestion, you don't get degenerative diseases. Your brain works better, your whole body works better. That's the cause of every degenerative disease is inflammation, even heart attacks. People say that cholesterol is the cause of heart attacks. Cholesterol is just protecting you from the inflammation response. So when you eat something or you have a stress response, when you go through your daily life, you have stress, and your body can't tell the difference between being in traffic or running away from a tiger. We get the same stress response in our body. Well, when our body gets inflammation, that's a stress response. The cholesterol runs to the help. Imagine a crowded bar, right? Everyone's grooving and dancing and having a good time, and a guy knocks out a girl. What happens? All the guys in that bar stop the guy, right? But 2 minutes before, everyone's jiving, everyone's cool, everything's awesome. Well, all the people in the bar are like cholesterol in your body. Everything's awesome. They have cholesterol. You can have tons of cholesterol. It's all floating around. It's not really doing anything. But as soon as there's an inflammation and the cholesterol runs to help out the situation, heart attack. So it's not the fat that's making the cholesterol bad in your body. It's the inflammation that's causing the need for the response. So you can have cholesterol in your body. It's not what's going to give you a heart attack. It's the inflammation. And it's the inflammation from stress and eating foods that make us feel lethargic. That's basically how it works. So in the interest of saving time, and I want to answer your guys' questions, so just interrupt me if you have questions, but I will tell you the most important part of your digestive system is your liver. Your liver is the filter for everything. So if we look at your body like a car, what kind of car would you like to drive? Mercedes. Ferrari.
I just want a chauffeur.
Okay. What kind of car are you driving?
Drive me everywhere.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, Lamborghini?
No, it would not be that.
Come on. Okay, so you're in this super awesome car, right? And you drive to the gas station. What kind of fuel are you putting in the tank? Premium. Why?
Well, because that increases that like efficiency.
It's efficient, right? Okay, so the problem with real life is we're driving around in these Ferraris and we're putting crappy gas in the tank, and then we're taking it on the cloud trail and we're going 0 to 300 in 5 minutes in our crazy busy lives. Get up, go, 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 go all day. Oil change, lights blinking, symptoms going on. Don't deal with that. We don't need that kind of stuff. I can handle it. I don't need sleep. I'm superwoman. I can lift this by myself. I can make 16 lunches. I can drive my kids here. I can do this. I can.
Yeah.
Right? But we're putting crap in the tank, and our filters are getting clogged, and our filter is our liver. So our poor little liver is trying to clean our blood and separate fats. And when we're putting toxins in from the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and what we put on our skin, then we're making our liver work much harder than it needs to do those two jobs. But if it's not doing it, then we have these toxins stored in our body, and I'm just going to say this, pooping is so important. And if you don't poop every day, there's a problem. That's the first thing I would want to work on with you, because when you release solid waste, your bodies are cleaning itself from the inside. All those dead cells, from the outside we shed our skin like a snake, but not all in piece. But on the inside we also shed, and it comes out in our stool. But if our body's not working properly and things aren't moving, that stuff's sticking around and causing problems. And it's causing problems for your liver, it's causing problems then for the rest of your body and your whole physiology around everything. If your liver's not functioning, you're going downhill. So people talk about all these different detoxes and stuff. They're actually a really great idea, but we need to be gentle. with our detoxes. One of the best things you can do for a daily detox is drink lemon water. Drinking lemon water first thing in the morning sets your biochemistry to a more alkaline pH, and it allows your body to start working more
Does it
better.
matter if it's lemon juice or it has to be real lemon?
Like lemon juice from the bottle, that would be that stuff's pretty good actually. I don't think there's any other ingredients in that.
I don't think I've ever looked.
Yeah, I don't think there is. You can use essential lemon oil. You don't want to use a food grade, or I think you want to use a pharmaceutical grade.
It's actually not even legal to suggest somebody to have an essential oil ingested in Canada. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not a doctor or a nurse or regulated
No,
by
I know.
any sort of organization, so I can tell you to use lemon water and use an essential
Oh, lemon
oil.
water, absolutely.
But not an essential
100%.
oil?
No, essential oils aren't meant for ingestion in Canada.
Oh.
And I only know this because that's my business, right?
Mhm.
So as my business, I can't tell anybody to take
See,
any
I
essential oil.
use the
Doesn't mean I don't use them myself
Yeah.
though, but and
we're off
and
the
as a
books
nurse,
here.
I'm not a nurse.
we're off the books
Trouble.
here, and
But-
we're gonna check in with our own self if it makes us feel good. So if you drink the lemon water and it makes you feel good, keep doing it. If you use the essential oil, happen to do that, drop it in your water and it makes you feel good, then you keep
Do you know
doing
what you
that.
can tell people though is tell them to use no more than 1 to 3% ratio of an essential oil in their water. And as long as they're
just
staying
one
at
drop.
You-
That's less than 1%.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm suggesting you use 1 to 3 drops of what she said. But that helps you. So, what I really want you to get out of this presentation is that you are your best doctor. So check in with yourself. Really check in with yourself and think about how things can be different. Think about what you're doing, where it's getting you right now, and how something else could be changing something different. Like Melissa had said, we're all in this together. This is a safe space. Every single question I had that I was embarrassed to ask, there was tons of other people who were also wanting to ask those questions. And I didn't know that. I was really embarrassed that I didn't know where the immune system was until I asked hundreds and hundreds of people and nobody else knew either. And to me, that shows a disconnect with our society, is because we should be teaching people about how to take care of themselves by really looking within themselves and not looking to the outside for help. We don't need somebody else to tell us what's wrong with us. We know what's wrong with us. So, with that, this list that I've given you, sometimes it's a little bit scary to look at it and think, oh, this is all the stuff I'm going to eat. But my suggestion is to take this list home and put the alkaline food list on your fridge and just look at the words. And if in a couple days or a week you're inclined to look at new things in the grocery store, take a look at new things in the grocery store. And then in a couple more weeks or days or whatever works for you, if you're so inclined, try a new food that's on this list. It's just baby steps. Because if you look at the list and you try something, if every month you try new things, you're going to try 12 new things in a year, and you won't just try 12 new things in a year, because once you start trying them, you'll start liking them. And if you don't know what the heck to do with these things when you get them home, be creative. Get these things, cut them up, cook them hardest to softest, season them with herbs and citrus and unrefined oils, any sort of whole natural foods that you can think of, throw them all in together and mix them together and try them. You'll find some stuff you like. Some of my favorites that I didn't know I liked before was mushrooms and onions and peppers and squash and eggplant with cut up parsley and lemon juice and a little garlic. Delicious. I had no idea that it was so good.
She posts them on Facebook too.
I do. I take pictures
And
of stuff.
they look very good.
They do look, and they taste really good. And honestly, I was a terrible cook. I started dating my boyfriend about 9 years ago. And until that point, I pretty much lived at home. Even at that point, I lived 10 doors down from my mom. So my mom always cooked for me. There was a period where I was able to cook for myself. My favorite thing on earth was Chef Boyardee. And at this point in my life, I was smoking and drinking and eating whatever I wanted because I could do whatever I wanted because I was an adult. nobody was telling me what to do anymore. And I got depressed, and I was on Ativan, and I was on different sort of crazy person meds, and I was really erratic and not very nice to be around, and a total bitch most of the time. And then when I started taking care of myself, everything sort of started working out better, and it was really interesting. So now I take vitamins instead of prescriptions, and I drink water instead of commercial juices and pop. And if I drink alcohol, it's wine or tequila or gin, not other refined sugars in the mix. So it's not about living a perfect life to somebody else's standards. It's about really checking into what works well for you. So I don't know what's going to work well for you. I don't know where you're at in your life, but you do. So when you wake up in the morning and you do something that makes you feel good, keep doing it. And if you do something that makes you feel bad, it's over. Forgive yourself, bring yourself back to the moment, and just move on from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought you as also another little gift. It's an aloe vera lotion. The reason I like this lotion is because it follows the same sort of parameters as Gail does with her stuff. There's nothing in here that's going to be harmful for your skin. You can put it in your mouth to use it to help a canker sore. If you bite your mouth, you can heal it with that. I use it actually on my dog, on her paws and stuff, to moisturize them because she gets
What?
yeah.
I've never thought of putting lotion on my dog's paws.
I run Lexi really hard, and she gets sometimes she wears her paws down or she gets a poke in there or something from the rocks of the grass, so I use this on her. It's antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. So it will help with skin rashes like eczema and psoriasis. It helps with dry skin. You can't wash it off, which is nice because most lotions that we have are made from water. They evaporate right away. And what's left on your skin is like mineral and lanolin oils that are not small enough to go into your skin. We wash our hands, all the chemicals, wash out the oils too. So something like this is just gonna feel really nice. And I'd actually really love to see what you think of it.
Yes.
You make your own, which is the better.
I do.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
But
Have you tried aloe water?
to drink.
And I just
Yes.
like so.
Aloe vera
Is it
amazing.
I know this.
So
Heard
does
about
anybody
MLM.
have any questions?
MLM.
Network marketing?
I didn't touch on a whole lot of
It's your
stuff.
brand.
I just wanted to give a real
Can I make it
overview
by all my
of what's going
ingredients?
on. But
Well, yeah, you
Give
said
give me
you
your
came up
question
with the
because
serum.
I
You
Yes.
came up with this serum.
answer
Yeah.
what's going on.
So I have a sports. Well, I have lines. So I have a
What
women's
do you
line,
think?
a baby line, a man's line, and then the Catherine's
In the
tattoo
outline?
care
So
line.
just because something's on the acidic
They
page
make-
doesn't mean it's bad. It just
Why
means
are
that when it
you
goes
so
into your
small?
body, it's a little more acidic than
Because
alcohol.
I can't.
I mean,
I'm
there's
being
a
very.
table
I
for
don't want
everything.
to.
Like Coca-Cola
I am.
is not
Of course.
And I
the
don't
same
want to.
acidic
I don't want to
as
promote
it
myself out
Right?
of business
But it's
because you
about
have to
pairing
be
things.
prepared.
So you don't want to
Like
eat,
it takes
if
a
you're
lot
gonna
of money
eat
so
nuts,
to get packaging to look like
eat
this.
some
to hire
alkaline
somebody.
nuts and some
Yeah.
acidic nuts.
And I
It's
can
about
only order
balance.
10,000 at a time.
It's just more, this is
That's
more just so
a
you be
big
aware
amount
of
of
what's
money.
going on.
And I have
Like if
nowhere
you
to
look at the
store.
last
Do you know what I mean?
page,
So it's like,
and it has,
so it's kind
it
of,
has,
I have to do it in baby steps.
I get
You know?
that,
Yeah.
pasta.
but have you actually thought outside the box?
I have.
Who
So I,
you could
You know
actually
what?
partner
Fish
with
happens.
to
You want to eat fish?
well,
You
so
wanna
I'm,
match it with,
that's
like,
part of why I got involved with care was the networking and the meeting the different people. Catherine and I
Well,
met
yeah, because meat is acidic.
an importer
It's just
exporter
an
from
agent.
Mexico that
So you wanna
Christine's
eat
going to
meat.
get me that
You don't
contact.
eat with bread
And it's just
and
making. I just don't want to put myself out of business by promising things before I can deliver.
So you're like,
See, it's frustrating for me because I could have contact could fly so fast, but I have to wait for you to be ready.
But and that's not 100% of it though. You still have to register your company. You have to get a business license in
That I
name.
was waiting
You have
for
to
you.
incorporate.
I have
Like
my
there's just all these.
Tropical fruits, oranges, grapes.
Anyways,
Because
it's all
sugar.
steps. By
Yeah,
summer
so
we'll
you
have
would just
most of
take
it.
Peanuts.
Well,
that's
3
what-
months you
Peanuts-
have to
peanuts-
have
peanuts
it
are not
because
really
I
nice,
need
they're
to
like
pay
this.
that money.
And they're really moldy. Peanuts are actually
Because I'm going to
really
see
good.
Bear, and that's the biggest tattoo
You know,
shop
a
in
lot of the stuff
Edmonton.
obviously that-
And I'm
Bear's
seeing him
tattoo.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Stony Plain Road or just off Stony Plain?
Yes, and he's signing me on Saturday.
Because they're not
so-
good for you.
As a tattoo artist?
So
Or-
these.
No,
What do you
the
guys
after
call it?
tattoo
I don't know
care.
What's off my
Oh,
list.
for the cream.
So, and I have one guy that sells about 50 kits a month. That's one tattooist, one shop, and he's not
Well, you
even a
could actually
shop.
start your business already online.
And we are. So I have a website.
But I also
And
believe
so
that
I was doing up
should you
get
have to be
so
on
all my
these
little
schools?
things that I make to put in swag bags.
I believe that,
And I was making baskets as donations, and I've stopped doing
well, I
that.
tend to get your.
And what I do now
place
is
where they
I'm not
can
even
purchase
offering.
these.
I'm not calling them gift
There's
certificates.
nothing
I'm
in
calling
it
them
to
shopping
digest
sprees.
that's beneficial
Web-
for you.
website
What
shopping
care would you
sprees.
like to eat?
So that people can go on the website, you just one or purchase, you know,
So
file
that's-
an auction
that's
at
what the
$250
idea, right?
website shopping spree,
So
and that
what
brings
I
it to
would-
my site,
what I
and
would
they
do
can
in
buy
that
at my
instance
retail price.
Is I would focus
The products.
probably for
Plus I
4
guarantee
to
a
6
3 to
months
5
of
day,
really rebuilding your
turnaround time.
body
It gives me
and your
time to make
strength
it.
and that kind of stuff.
you know, because you know what I
And
mean?
then introduce
So I
these
also just
things
moved
to
into a
Maybe you
new
can, maybe you
space
can't.
called
But we
Soap
get
and
it
More.
in
So
body all the time. So
the
every
partnership
second
that I
you're
have with
keeping
her
bodies
is
a
she's
little
a
bit-
wholesaler for the packaging and
Because
my
you're
ingredients.
rebuilding yourself to
So
a living cost
she's
of what
offered
you already
me
know. So right
to
now,
order
your sales
with
goals
her
are
as well. That's a huge
$700.
savings because
But if you could teach
ordering
them
my raw products,
Just by yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
Or just like Candida.
they're
Well,
hugely
I've never
expensive when I
done
order from
I've never
if I
done an
order from
elimination
India
diet
or
with the
from
Candida
wherever,
diet,
right? So I can
But
partner. So that's
I've-
one deal
I've
or
only
one
been told.
benefit. She has an
You
Alberta
know,
Health
these
Services approved
things.
kitchen
Right.
and
Yes,
classroom,
I'm
which is where I
cheating.
teach,
It's
but I
your
can use it to
cheese.
make my products.
Or
It's all, you know, it's
preference or whatever.
all stainless steel stuff.
I'm not-
It's out of my kitchen.
You know,
I didn't
I
have to worry. You know, there's all these
probably
kind of
have
things.
had one by the time of the last year.
Plus,
Right.
my packaging's right
See,
there.
So,
So
the
if
Candida,
I
you
can
wanna be
order
on
at
board
4 o'clock in the
last minute.
afternoon, or Catherine
So
says, you know what, Mom, I need
try
another
to
20
push it
kits
down
by
to sugars.
Sunday, then I'm going to Soap More and making, and I just make it. I make
Yeah,
a
no,
version of it
I
before you drug
understand
test.
why.
Yeah,
Well,
you can get your,
That's
I
what-
do.
But that's also what I'm
Just,
saying, is
um,
you wanna
why
heal your body to
why
learn
can't
to
I
digest it.
be able to.
It's my new logo.
And all these
That's
foods
so
all over.
Yeah,
Um,
I totally think we should actually go
So
for
why
coffee. I know
all of a
about
sudden
this with you.
I'm gonna-
I heard like you did lotions or oils or something, but I just,
Yeah.
I thought it was
You have to-
a network.
But
you have
when
to
you
just-
get the Candida,
Oh.
obviously the Candida after
That's,
If it's
4
gone,
months'
well,
time or a year's
I
time.
just want, I don't want to be
of how long
careful,
it takes, if
that I
you're
don't,
feeling good.
you know, you've heard of people that they make all these promises, and yes, I can do this, and then they end up not being able to do it, and then you lose your business, really, right?
Okay,
So-
I just wanna stop you right there because you're already setting yourself up
But
for
for
failure. You are.
Well, but what I'm trying to do, I guess on the other hand, is I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing things in the right sequence of events so that I don't.
We're always gonna have fun times in life.
True.
If you want to eat pineapple, go ahead.
True.
But if you get a symptom from it,
Yeah.
if you-
Because what I'm hearing is
what I would
that
actually do
you
is
need
not eat anything else.
money or you need more sales to
Like not for a whole day or something, but just on it.
I
But
think
we
I
can
think-
have those,
I was gonna say, I think,
because I've had demands for kits for weeks, and
If you feel good on it.
we need more
I
help.
would eat it in moderation. Anything
Is
in
what we
moderation,
need.
right? You don't want to sit down and eat.
Because you don't have
Yeah.
enough
So
time,
do you
and
make
I don't
them
have
too?
enough time.
do you make
But.
No, because it's her ingredients, I don't, I'm not allowed to,
Oh.
like, that is what it is. And I work, and I'm a mom, so we need somebody like my lazy ass effing brothers to make the fucking
who
product.
cares? Who cares? That's
I get fired up because I've had kits on order for a while, and it's, like, I know we could go big, and it's,
you can't. You
no,
totally can't.
like, I can't, because it's not mine to do. It's frustrating.
it is.
Because I thought of
we
the
just
idea.
moved, we just moved into the new space though, as well, right, April 1st, so
And I was really
it-
allergic to it. I was basically allergic to being outside.
it's coming.
Yeah.
And I know she gets impatient, but she still has only done the nuance search. She hasn't, we have to register the name. And we have, you know, like,
You told me I had to wait for you, so get your stuff done, and I'll pay the $250. Like, I'm ready. There's nothing holding me back. No, nothing. Nothing.
I used to swell up my hands and my feet really bad. I didn't even want to go outside.
Get-
Other than the product,
I just really swelled up.
right?
And I find that even in the last 3 or 4 years where I'm taking better care of myself, I've totally just changed. Everything about me has changed.
so we need to make that appointment then to get the labeling and stuff done, right? From the study
I
that
actually
you're
took a
talking about.
picture of my passport.
The
My passport
printer.
I want to get the company,
last June.
like you said, I need that. So you need to do your part, and then I'll do my part, and then I can.
How about you guys both? You get that company registered and then what
I
is it
can't
that you need
without
to
her
do?
being registered first.
Why? Yeah, you can.
I
I've
already
opened-
have my.
You can open your own company. I've opened
I
a
don't
couple of my
want to
own.
have my own company right now.
So
Because if I'm gonna do that,
all you need,
I'm off your line. So if I'm gonna open my own company, then
all you need to do, so you've done the nuance search for cat attack. So
yes, and I have it for 3 months.
So now what you need to do is you need to incorporate that name.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you're doing is just the name. That costs $250.
You told me that, but you said you had to do yours first.
No, you don't.
No.
I've opened 2 of my own companies. I did that same thing. Did that nuance report because the whole point of doing that is to make sure no one else took the name, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you got what is it? KAT,
Mm-hmm.
cat attack.
Yes.
All one word,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's all good. All you need to do is go to the registry and say that you want to incorporate that name. Get that done. And then, like, you don't need anyone else. You can do that yourself. Because I've done that with
Well,
2
that's
different
not under the
companies.
impression that I was under, so.
No, you totally can do it.
So then what, I can take cat attack anywhere? Like, I don't understand.
No, what happens is once you register it, it's good for Alberta. And then you have to register the name federally if you want that, like, federally.
Yeah, because I already have somebody in Mexico interested in my product, so.
So that's what and that's what she's done. So she's done the federal nuance. And then she can go in and do the,
It's the incorporation that
Yeah,
you're getting
Mine
the
says Cat
rights.
Attack Incorporated.
Yeah, because you're getting those rights to that name. So you can totally do that. Like, whatever your mom needs to do, it doesn't matter. Because
Okay.
you can actually start your own company. That's what I did with, I have 2 different companies, Travel Chicks and Twin Peaks Investments. I opened both of those, did all that stuff. You don't need anything else. You can do it. And I'll tell you, when you commit to doing that, you'll start
I
to
have
see
no problems doing that.
No,
I
no,
thought
I know,
I was
but-
under a totally different impression.
No, totally not.
With that.
Not at all. Seriously. Like,
Well,
go
we'll
do it tomorrow or Monday, and it's like you guys will start seeing things happen. Get clear on exactly what you need. It's like the goal and the intention. Because you said you need more help, right? That's what you said. You need more help.
Yeah, because I work. Like,
Yeah,
and even
which is
if I
fine.
can go in, I have to wait till she's there. It's just,
It's okay.
It's very frustrating. Very
And
frustrating.
but there's so many people in this world that are like looking to
I know
help
we
people.
can import Mexicans.
It doesn't even matter in our own city, man. Like I was getting so stressed out because for me, doing like all of data entry stuff is like so tedious, and I get bored and I get distracted because I'll jump on Facebook and then I have invoicing to do for clients, but then I don't get it done. I threw an ad on Kijiji, $20 cash an hour. In an hour, data entry people can get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
This girl came over to my house. She only lived 2 blocks from me. I got like 20 people that responded to my ad in one day. In like about 35 minutes. I said, I'll pay $20 cash and a data entry, downtown Calgary, The help is there. Just get clear on exactly what you need. And with you making the decision of actually going, getting that incorporation and all that, you can do it. That's fine. I tell you.
I will Monday then.
Things will
I
totally
didn't know
start like
that
rolling.
That's all I had to do.
Yeah.
It would have been done when I
Who-
first did the group.
Doesn't
one.
matter.
It was shock food. And so I did my own.
That's huge.
So, because that has to be done, and then we have to get the proper labeling. And so, what I'm trying to have Catherine understand is the other part of this business, everything has to be registered with Health Canada, right? So, I have to have a proper kitchen that's Alberta Health Services approved, and I have to submit all the recipes to Health Canada. Now, I don't need to wait for anything from them, but they have to be submitted, and we have to have proper Canadian labeling. That means it has to be bilingual. It has to have all the list of ingredients in a certain sequence. It has to have all the names. So that's kind of like the next step. So once you're legal to sell your stuff, then you go for it. Like the stuff that she's been selling now is primarily to all the people she knows. But as soon as she sells to Tattooist A,
Yeah.
drops off 6 kits, And then that tattooist who has no idea what's in that stuff and he sells it to somebody else, that's when Cat Attack starts becoming liable if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
So there's these
So then
steps
your
that have-
company, you're saying that you need to submit to Alberta Health, or I mean Canada,
Health Canada.
right?
Yeah.
The recipe. So you need to be a registered company. So you don't have a registered company yourself for the
Yes.
essential oils? You do?
Yeah.
Ah,
So, but it's the labeling part too, right? So we haven't nailed that part down as far as talking to, not a graphic artist, but I don't know what your friend's name is that could do labels. Because we need to sit down, or I've had my son Christian, so we put down the list of all the ingredients, and then you have to have the inky names that go with it. Like there's just so much legal stuff that you have to make sure is done properly, so that if you turn around and you sell a kit
I
to
don't know
somebody,
the ingredients. That,
No.
I'm leaving that up to you because there's nothing I can do with.
but I tell you what all the
stuff.
ingredients are, right? You know what essential is. But anyways, it doesn't matter. They have to go. They have to be on the label. And so if something were to happen to our tattoo, where somebody put it on and they got grossly infected, and they could prove that it was because of our lotion, we have to make sure all of our ducks are in a row.
yeah. Oh
Right?
yeah, for
Like,
sure.
so-
Okay, then I will not sell any more kits.
No.
Because my whole weekend was going to sell kits.
But you probably
So that won't be
But you're bringing it to your friends. So what I have done though is everything is on the website. So we have inserted these in the kits that are sealed, which you can get away with. Is you can put an insert into your kit, and as long as everything's on there with the website address to drive people to the website, so that if they need any further information, they can contact us. Right? So these are, and that's what I'm trying to get across to Catherine, is that like there's so many legal things, and you can sell them.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so just want, get all of our ducks in a row. And Catherine's very impatient, and I know that. And she gets frustrated with her mother, and I know that. But I do it for